Alrighty folks, good afternoon. I'll try it again. Good afternoon, guys. There we go. It's the first day of the month. It's Friday. Perhaps that's why you're feeling a little bit, all the debit orders are gone off. Good afternoon to everyone who's streaming in from around the country. My name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. I'm going to be spending the next 35 minutes with you as we go through our business introduction presentation. If you have any questions, please reserve those for after the presentation, where I'm sure you'll be speaking to your host, to the person that introduced you to DuePoint. All right, so let's begin. As you can see, we're a division of a company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Constantia is a registered insurance company in South Africa. We've been around since 1952, so for a very long time. But DuePoint was only formed 3 years ago. So a couple of factors came together in the formation of DuePoint. So I'm going to give you a little bit of background and some context to the relevance of DuePoint. So one of the biggest factors was economic and risk factors. We understand from a business point of view that business is becoming harder and harder to do in South Africa. Employment is becoming fraught with risk. And so the people watching this presentation today are probably here because they want to create additional income for themselves. You want a second paycheck at the end of the month, so to speak. And that provides for a lot of the economic and risk factors that we've taken into account when we started this business. Because when we started the business, one of the biggest aspirations we had was to create social impact. And we do this through social entrepreneurship. This is a business proposition, this presentation. At the end of the presentation, you're going to go, okay, that was a great proposition. I'm interested or I'm not interested. But the aspiration that we have is that for the people that get involved in this business, for them to start building wealth in their lifetimes. And that's the social impact that we want to have here at DuePoint. We also have a fairly important business decision that we took, where we decided to adopt a different form of marketing and advertising to build channels of distribution in which we sell and market our products. Traditionally, with the companies that we have before, we've done a lot of marketing and advertising down traditional forms or traditional routes, where we would go out and market and advertise on TV, in newspapers, online, and that would feed our sales funnel. Here at DuePoint, what we've done through the social entrepreneurship aspect is invite people, members of the public, to come help us, to partner with us in helping us build DuePoint in South Africa. And if you can do that, then we hope to answer the question around economic and social factors. So that is why DuePoint was formed 3 years ago. Some of the benefits for you. So when I say this is a business proposition, well, what mandate do you have? What is your requirement in this partnership? What do we depend on you guys for? It is primarily that you help us build channels of distribution. So you're going to go out and connect other people. The same way you were connected to this business, you're going to go out and do exactly the same thing. We call that building a channel of distribution, because that's exactly what you're going to be doing in this business. And the benefits in doing that are these benefits. So weigh up these benefits, because if you're going to look at other business opportunities, you need to go, this business has this, DuePoint has that. This business has this, DuePoint has that. You're going to be weighing up the pros and cons of each business. And I think DuePoint will come out on top every single time, because I don't think there's a business opportunity like this in South Africa. So number one, when you start creating a channel of distribution, you will be able to start generating additional income for yourself. The nature of the income is recurring income, right? As employees, if you're employed, you are constrained by time with regards to your income. Right? If you're in any form of selling job, service, time-based jobs, people that run small businesses, medium enterprises are all locked into the constraint of time. You have to work for 40 hours a week for the whole month to be able to generate any income for yourselves, right? And this is problematic, because what happens if you get sick and you can't work next month? Is your boss going to pay you once your sick leaves run out? No. What happens if you get retrenched? Do you get paid? No. What happens when you retire? No income. And this is the problem with activity-based income. Here at DuePoint, we don't pay you for your time. We pay you for the channel of distribution that you build. And so you get to create recurring income that's not fraught with the risk of activity or time-based income, right? A very important distinction to make between us and other businesses. Power duplication, this is your opportunity to go out and build a team around you that can help you build your channel that much quicker and faster, right? Then your income is going to grow that much quicker and faster. The business is flexi-time. It just means that the technology we've adopted here at DuePoint allows you to build your channel of distribution from your smartphone. So you can run and build your channel of distribution from your phone, right? We've got wealth engineers that don't even leave home. They just build their businesses from home, right? As simple as that. Any time of the day, you're not constrained by geography. There's no startup capital in our business. We don't have any starter kits that you have to buy. We don't have boxes of product that you have to buy to get started in the business. We've designed the business to have a low barrier to entry so that you're free to consider doing DuePoint without the fear of any risk involved in the business. At the same time, we try to make the business as accessible to as many people as possible. And so we don't have qualification requirements or experience requirements. And for the first time, people are able actually to benefit out of the financial services industry without any of that requirement. You get to build an asset. Now, this ties into the point on recurring income because you get to build an asset that you have ownership over here at DuePoint. That means if your channel of distribution is producing income every single month, whether it's 10,000 Rand a month or 20,000 Rand a month, that is value. You can sell it. We've had wealth engineers sell their channels of distribution, right, for whatever reason. It also means that you can't get your, or at least your income doesn't end when you get retrenched because DuePoint doesn't retrench anybody. We don't retire anybody. Your recurring income will run through your 60s, through your 70s, through your 80s, and even upon death, it gets treated as any asset. In your will, you will say, I cede my DuePoint channel of distribution to my children or to my spouse, and you get to pass wealth onto the next generation. Think about that. How old are your children? What are you going to give them when you die one day? Debt, like the rest of the country? That's what we pass on to our children, the majority of us. We pass debt on, or you're going to pass wealth on to the next generation. There's no selling involved in our business. So this is a great benefit because people, well, most of us are bad at selling, and the other part of us are terrified of having to go sell things, right? And so there's no mandate for you to go out and sell anything at DuePoint. All you have to do is just tell people there's a business opportunity. They'll say to you, everyone will go, you say, it's 35 minutes of your life. Come sit down with me for 35 minutes. No obligation. Listen to the presentation, decide what you want to do after the presentation. It is that simple. All you have to do is go speak to someone and get them to sit down in front of a presentation. There's no selling involved. You're not convincing them to buy product, to even look at the products. Let me do that work for you. You just get those people in front of me, right? And that's what we've done today. That's what we're doing on the live stream. At the same time, our products are financial in nature and means, like I said in the beginning, there's no boxes of product anyone has to go home with today. Right? And so the products are convenient because we don't have any stock and distribution issues. But your success is still built on your ability to build a channel of distribution. So it begins with you. There you are. You decide today that you're going to become a wealth engineer and a product owner here at DuePoint. And now you're tasked to go out and build this channel of distribution, right? And I said, all you do is you go connect people. So you might go speak to a whole bunch of people, and out of the people you've spoken to, 5 have decided. In this example, you've got 5 people there on your first point that decided to become wealth engineers too, product owners. They're doing the same thing you're doing, and they're going to go out and build the same way you're building, right? And that is the power of duplication. That is where the possibility of exponential growth takes place. See, we don't understand exponential growth because as an employee, you're happy with a salary that stays the same month after month after month after month. You can work till 10 o'clock every single night this month. Are you going to get an extra 30% salary at the end of the month? Not a chance, right? It doesn't work like that in the real world. Here at DuePoint, you can give yourself a raise every single month if you want to. Why? Because we don't pay you for time, we pay you for the channel that you build at DuePoint. And that is what your channel could look like after some time. All these dots are wealth engineers and product owners where you're creating a recurring income for yourself every single month. And that can grow every single day, right? So this is what a channel of distribution looks like. This is the asset that you're going to be building. The way we pay our wealth engineers is through our returns program. So at the end of every single month, we look at your previous month. So about on the 19th, we pay our wealth engineers every single month. So we would have got a little nice surprise just before payday as well, right? Before all the debit order SMSs arrive in your inbox. So how do we calculate the payments? It's based on a R27.50 return that we pay to every wealth engineer or every product that is in your channel. But that's dependent on where the product lies in relation to you. So remember, your channel started building first with your first point. Those are the people there that you introduce personally. We actually pay you double the R27.50. So you're earning R55 for every product on your first point. So if you go out and connect 10 people, you're suddenly earning R550 every month, and you didn't have to do any selling. Who gets paid for not selling? Right? This is a strange subject to be speaking about. This doesn't happen in other businesses. We're asked to sell things in other businesses. Here at DuePoint, you're not. Right? And then as those people go out and build your second point, again, you get paid R55 for every product on your second point. And so if you had 100 people on your first and second point, you'd be earning R5,500 every month without any selling. And next month, you'll get R5,500 again, because you're generating recurring income based on your channel, right? And then as your channel starts to grow and grow, you see the product gets further away from you. And the further away, you see that multiplier starts to drop all the way down to 4% by 0.8, right? So now you've got a big channel at 0.8. You're still earning 4% of the R27.50. And we don't stop you at 0.8. Right? Because I said your channel can grow every single day. And so when it gets to 0.9, you're still going to earn 4%. When it gets to 0.10, you're still going to earn 4%. When it gets to 0.20, you're still earning 4%. There's no limitation to the size of your channel at DuePoint. There's no limitation to how much money you can earn at DuePoint. Right? It is completely up to you. People still want to know, though, how much money am I going to earn in this business? How quickly can I make money? How much effort is required in this business? All right, so we built this thing called the Path to Success. It's a projection over the next 5 years. So the next 60 months, this is what your life could look like at DuePoint if you decide to have a little bit of engagement at DuePoint, right? Not onerous. How much work do you have to do? In your first month, if you can connect 3 people onto your first point in your first month, right? So we at the first day of the month, you've got the whole of March to go out and find 3 people. You find 3 people in March, and then in April you find 2. May 2, June 2, July 2. You keep connecting 2 people onto your first point every single month. And if you can follow that, these are the type of numbers that you can earn through the returns program. After 6 months, you could be earning about R2,500 a month. Now I can see you're not impressed. Not impressed. R2,500 today can only get me 1 week's of groceries. How can I get excited over that in 6 months' time? But the difference with this business is that not only do we want to put money in your hand at the end of every single month, but we want to teach you about wealth creation at the same time. And this is a great lesson for wealth creation, because at R2,500 a month, you're thinking, well, that doesn't buy me much. Why do you think like that? Because we all think like that. We think like consumers. If I put R2,500 in your hand now, it's Friday lunchtime, how long is that money going to last in your bag? Before Saturday it's finished? Before Sunday? Right? But how many of us look at the R2,500 and go, right, how do I turn this into more money? Maybe 0.5% of the population will leverage money to make more money. And that's what we want people in this business to do. The first stepping stone to becoming a wealthy person is to get rid of your debt. No debit orders at the end of the month. Wouldn't you love no debit orders? When your DuePoint pays you, your boss pays you, and the money just stays there. You think there must be something wrong with your bank account, right? And that's where we want wealth engineers to get. R2,500, you can turn that into 900,000 Rand if you start putting that money into your debt. Right? Let that be a lesson. There's a 1 million Rand bond as an example. You can pay a 1 million Rand house off in 11.5 years. Put extra into your debt. Extra into your debt, right? At month 12, you're earning about 9,000 Rand a month. That's an extra 108,000 Rand a year. That's 1 year away. How do you want your December to look at the end of this year? Or January compared to this year? Do you want it to be the same as this year or different? And different good or different bad? Different good, of course, right? But you have to start working now to make your January next year look good. At month 24, you'll be earning close to 28,000 Rand. After 3 years, you're going to be close to 46,000 Rand. After 4 years, you're going to be close to 70,000 Rand a month. And after 5 years, believe it or not, you'll be getting close to 85,000 Rand a month. That's R1,000,000 a year that you're generating for yourself off of this asset that you've helped build here at DuePoint. You can take the next 3 months off. You're still going to be earning 85,000 Rand every month. That's the difference between us and a business that requires selling. Because at the business that requires selling, you've got to make sure everyone buys next month. Right? We don't work like that because we've got products here at DuePoint that form necessity in people's lives. All right, so that's the 5-year plan. You can argue that's just academic, and that's why we have real wealth engineers that come onto stage every single month to share their experiences with it. And we bring everyone up. We bring brand new wealth engineers up that have just got it started. We've got wealth engineers that have been in the business since day one. You can go look at those testimonies. They're on YouTube for you to go peruse. So this week we had Tell All Tuesday, where we invited Elaine up onto stage. She's been in the business for 6 months, so a very short time. Her channel value is sitting at 2,500 Rand. She's brought in 19 people in the last 6 months. That's translated into 47 people in her channel. Her 4 points in size, right? That's generating 2,500 Rand a month. So she's on track with her 3+2. But you can do more if the 3+2. If you don't like 2,500 Rand after 6 months, you can do twice as much if you want to. Then we've got Andile. Andile is down in KZN in Port Shepstone. He's been in the business for 7 months. The value of his channel is sitting at nearly 5,000 a month. Why? Because he's put 13 people in, but he's put 13 good people in. Good people in. Right? So he's got strong people on the first point. Those are the people he introduced personally. Those 13 have translated into nearly 200 people in his channel. He's got 6 points. Where's he going to be by January next year? If he keeps pushing like this, the channel grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. We've got thousands of people joining the business every single month. Everybody's different, but the system is identical for everybody. And so you know that you are the one who decides how much you get paid. Not DuePoint. We don't decide. You decide how much you want to get paid, by how much work you're going to put into the business. And so some people might not aspire to 10,000 Rand a month. They might just want to do a little bit of work and get 1,000 a month so that they can pay for transport or petrol or whatever it is, that bill you want DuePoint to take care of in your life. Right? And so you need to decide what you want to do. On top of the returns program, we've got the rewards program. The rewards program is extra. On top of the money we pay our wealth engineers every single month. So when you start building your channel, you get to what we call these ranks. And ranks are based on the size of your channel and the activity that you put into DuePoint. And they are filled with tools, money, cash checks, holidays, cars. It's all available in the rewards program. So the first one, or the first notable one, is at rank 5. You get a USB drive, fancy little USB stick that plugs into anything. It's got all our video collateral on there so that you can show people DuePoint quickly and easily, right? It's a prospecting tool. At rank 7, also a prospecting tool, are business cards that cost 17,000 Rand. Because when you go up to someone, a stranger, and I hope you're willing to go up to strangers, right, and you put a 17,000 Rand business card in their hand, I promise you they're going to listen when you speak. Because your business card costs about 1,000 times more than their business card, right? They're going to think, jeepers, what is DuePoint? What do you do? How do you get business cards like this? Prospecting tools. At rank 9, this is also a prospecting tool, believe it or not, a very strong one. Because at rank 9, we take you and your family to our international conference every single year. It is business class flights, 5-star luxury resort, 7 days, all expenses paid trip. You get to feel like what it feels like being a millionaire for 1 week. You think I'm joking? Go look at Pumi's timeline. Go look at Pumi's timeline over December, look at the photos, and tell me you thought she was a millionaire. Only millionaires can afford the resort we go to at the end of the year. Right? Don't believe me? Go Google the resort. Go do a booking for this December coming up and tell me what it's going to cost you. Why do we do this? Because it is a prospecting tool. When people see that people are achieving this, that people are living like this, they want the same. right? And so they will contact you. They will. So take a look at our last 2 trips. We've documented it nicely for you. Both these trips are in Mauritius, and they're available for each one of you. How does that look? Does that look like a vacation you would like every single year for the rest of your life? Because that's what we do. Once you're at rank 9, you've got 1,000 products in your channel, you're earning 20,000 Rand plus a month, and we're taking you and your family to our rank 9 conference every single year. All expenses paid trip. I saw another business's conference, their letter. We don't do it like that. We pay for everything. The black car will come pick you up at your doorstep. We will take you to business class lounge at the airport. You get onto the aeroplane in business class. You go to the resort overseas for 7 days. You eat the minibar in your room every single night. You eat and drink as much as you want. And you go back home the same way. And you haven't paid a cent. A cent. That's the way we do holidays here at DuePoint, right? 2 ranks later, we spend $250,000 Rand buying you a brand new car. Who would like a car in their garage, no debit order at the end of the month? It's available. 2 ranks later. Wealth engineers have done this in 2 years. Look, there they're getting their car. It is up to you how quickly you want to do this. No one is going to tell you how quickly to do this. So this is our rewards program on top of the money you're earning every single month. We have products that form necessity of the social impact that we're trying to create here at DuePoint. Our products are not arbitrary products. We're not buying vitamins or washing powder or things like this. The products are designed for wealth creation. If you spend 10 years building a business and building assets and building value in your life, you need to protect that value. Right? That is done through investments and insurance products. You go speak to any wealthy person, they will tell you the whole portfolio of insurance products that they have. They don't want it wiped away in one unfortunate event. And so when you look at the products, look at it through that lens of protecting wealth in your life. So we've got 4 financial products for you to consider. You can take out one or all 4 of them. It's a personal decision. Our first one's Access Wealth. It's an investment product and insurance rolled into one product. It's only going to cost you 324 Rand every single month. 100 Rand goes into a tax-free investment every month, and you get 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover. So if you're killed in any form of accident, doesn't matter if your blood sugar is high. We don't look at that stuff, right? Any form of accident will pay out 120,000 Rand to your beneficiaries, plus whatever's in your investment account. The second product is called Wealth Guard. Wealth Guard is going to cost you only 249 Rand a month, right? But this time it's insurance only. There's no investment portion. It's only in the insurance, but this time you get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident death cover. And the beauty of our products, again, is accessibility. We've made our products available to everyone at the same price. It doesn't matter if you're 60 years old and you're diabetic and you have a heart condition. Your premium doesn't go up. The premium is the same and the cover is the same for everybody. Then we've got Family Wealth. Is a funeral cover product for the whole family. Starts at 299 Rand a month, gives you 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover, covers up to 5 family members. The principal member gets 10,000 Rands worth of debt protection on top of the funeral cover, right? And you can increase it to 10 family members. You can increase it to 30,000 Rands worth of cover. So some flexibility built in this product. Very innovative product. There isn't a product like this in the country. We check constantly with our competitors. This is an awesome product to take out, right? And then finally, we've got Wealth Points. Wealth Points aims to save you money on the money that you're spending every single month. So think of the money that you spend. We spend money on groceries, data, airtime, right? You know the whole list, right? Our cost of living expenses every single month. We've gone to a whole bunch of companies and partnered with them. They've agreed to give us discounts and services for our Wealth Points members. So for only 299 Rand a month, you get to engage in all of those partners from day one. We've just signed on Cell C. Cell C have given us between 10 and 20% off airtime and data, right? So there's lots of value to be had in this business. You can see we've got groceries, we've got ShopRite checkers, we've got online retailers. You want to buy a car, you can even buy a car through this program. Huge value in the Wealth Points program. Go onto our website if you want more information. There are in-depth video reviews on each of them. For the people that want to get stuck into this business as hard as they can. As hard as they can, which I mean is daily. If you can do this business daily, if you can speak to 5 to 10 people every single day for the next year and sign up at least one of them a day, we will give you an extra 365,000 Rand check at the end of the year. That's if you're willing to work every single day in this business. That's on top of the money we pay you every single month, on top of the car, on top of the holiday, on top of the cash checks, on top of the business cards. Right? It's called the 365 Challenge. It's only for the people that want to work every day. But there's massive value. This will turn you into a millionaire in 1 year. It's available. The wealth engineers are doing it every day, right? Up to you, up to nobody else. Then we've got our Wealth Quest for the first of the month. So the Wealth Quest is called Let Me Entertain You. It is tied to the Wealth Points product that we have. So in your channel, if you can get 20 new Wealth Points subscribers onto your first or second point, we will give you an extra 10,000 Rand on top of your return at the end of the month. Who would like 10,000 Rand at the end of this month? On top of your money. It's there. It's right there. Right? Staring you in the face. So make sure that you and your channel are aware of this so that people can start going for the Wealth Points Challenge from today, because you've got the whole of the month to get this right? So this is just for March, but be aware of that. So the decision for me is a very practical one. We've gone through all aspects of our business in this business presentation, right? There's the returns program, the rewards program, our products, and the incentives. What is the decision? Is the decision whether you want extra money? That's not the decision. Everybody wants extra money. The decision is, how do I fit DuePoint into my life? How does DuePoint become a habit, a good habit in my life that I can compound over days and days and days, so that next year in December and January, I've got a smile on my face. It starts today. That for me is the decision. How do you fit our business into your life? A little bit of background on our business, because this might be the first time that you've heard of DuePoint or Constantia. I mentioned to you earlier in the presentation that Constantia is nearly 70 years old. Right? So we are a business that has been around forever in the South African landscape. We actually help form the backbone of insurance in South Africa. So you're welcome to go to our website, go to the Constantia website, go do a little bit of snooping around. Why? Because if you become a wealth engineer, today is the first day that you're going to start building more belief in our business. DuePoint is a business that you can be proud to partner with. Why? Because it's a business that you can trust. We are audited, we are regulated, we're listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange, and we're trying to build long-term relationships. We're not here to do something for 1 year or for 6 months. We're trying to do something that is going to last lifetimes and affect families for how many generations to come. Right? Are you going to be the person that breaks out of whatever class you're in? They go, oh, remember Gogo? She's the one that took us to Mauritius for the first time. Right? Or Dad, he's the one who took us in the new car for the first time. Brand new car, no debit orders. Earning extra money. The one who resigned, told his boss what he thinks about his boss and then resigned because DuePoint was paying him so much. Are you going to be that person in your family to do it? It begins today. There's the FSP number, so that's our financial services provider license number. You can go onto the FSCA website, go do some background checking on us and the website. We have a Durban encounter that we're doing in Saturday 1 week. Jeez, it's around the corner already. So it's 8 days before we're down in Durban. I'm going to be going down to Durban, I think with Stacey. So make sure that you start building as many guests that you can bring to the Durban encounter. Who would like money to be coming out of their channel out of Durban? Or do you only want to be based where you live? You want a national business, right? In our business, you can build a national business overnight. By this time next week, it's going to be the day before we go to the encounter, you're going to have lined up all your guests. So you need to do today is make a list of everyone you know in KZN. Get them down to the encounter. It's for free. They're going to spend 3 hours with me. I'm going to help you build your channel down in Durban. Those people are going to become wealth engineers and start growing channels. And by this time next month, you're going to be having money generated out of KZN. That's the goal, right? But you have to invite people. I'm not inviting anyone. I'm hoping you're going to invite everyone. And then tomorrow, Brendan is going to be giving the generators workshop. This is only for rank 4s and above. He's going to be discussing making the 365 challenge a reality, how to become a millionaire in a year in this business. So he's going to be doing that tomorrow. If you are rank 4 and above, make sure you tuned in. If you're in Gauteng, you make sure you're here at head office attending the generators workshop, please. So be aware that's happening tomorrow at 9 a.m. And with that, I wish everybody here, everyone on the live stream, that you all have a prosperous 2019. Who's hoping for a prosperous 2019? No one. You think things are going to go bad? Maybe some people on the live stream, right? You've been hit into the ground so many times that where do I find hope? Where do I find it? The economy is not going to give it to you. Your boss isn't going to give it to you. Your company is not going to give it to you. You have to make it for yourself. And I'm hoping people that are wealth engineers in this business know that they're going to have a prosperous 2019. Because you're in this business, you're in the tribe of DuePoint. We are building wealth here. We give people raises when the rest of the companies are closing down, when people are retrenching. My wife works for the biggest private employer in the country. Retrenching, strikes, constantly, right? Here at DuePoint, no retrenching, no retirement, just wealth building. No strikes yet. So good luck. I hope you do have a prosperous 2019. Thank you.